May mabigat na mensahe o pahayag si US Vice President JD Vance, no, dito kay BB, kay Prime Minister Netanyahu, mga tol. Sabi rito, mga kapatid, ito, basahin natin yung title. You survive on US money and weapons. Vance gives brutal reality check to Israel after Iran shock. US Vice President J.D. Vance delivered some of the Trump administration's sharpest public criticism of Israel since the US-Iran Memorandum of Understanding was announced. Speaking at the White House press conference, Vance condemned Israeli strikes on Hezbollah targets in Beirut that reportedly caused civilian casualties, calling them unacceptable and warning they risk undermining the broader peace process while reaffirming Israel's rights to self-defense. Para malaman natin ang buong detalye, panoorin na lamang natin to, mga tol.
Now, I saw the Axios report, that Netanyahu is fuming. That's not reflective of the conversations that I've had with him, but maybe he's saying something to somebody else that he's not saying to me. What I will say, and this does bother me, is that you've seen people within Bibi's cabinet who have come out and attacked the deal and in some ways very personally attacked the President of the United States.
Yung iba kasing cabinet member ni Bibi, mga tol, is parang inaatake nila o tinutuligsa nila o binabatikos nila etong kasunduan nga na sa pagitan ng Iran at ng US, na parang inaatake na rin nila si Trump. Kasi tulad nga nung sinabi ko dito sa kanakaraang reaction video natin, ang feeling nila, mga tol, is parang naiwan sila sa ere. 'Di ba? Sabay kayong umatake, 'di ba? Sabay kayong nagsimula niyan, Epic Fury at saka yung isa, ano ba yung pangalan nung sa Israel, kasi Epic Fury sa Amerika 'yun, 'di ba? Na ikinasawi ng supreme leader ng Iran. Tapos nagkaroon ng digmaan, sabay silang umaatake. Tapos ngayon biglang parang nakikipag-ayos na yung Amerika. Yung Israel parang gulantang, ha? Sabay tayo nakikipaglaban, ngayon nakikipag-ayos ka na sa kalaban natin. Ako, andirito pa rin yung threat kasi kayo malayo kayo, hindi kayo aabutin ng ballistic missile nila. Kami aabutin kami. Parang ganun yung sentimiento nila. Gagets ninyo, di ba? Tuloy natin to.
And I guess my message to them would be twofold. Number one, Donald J. Trump is the only head of state in the entire world who is sympathetic to the nation of Israel at this moment in time.
Oh, sumbat ba yun?
And he happens to be the head of state of the world's superpower. If I was in the cabinet of the Israeli government, I might not be attacking the only powerful ally that I have anywhere left in the entire world.
Kung siya daw ay isang cabinet member, hindi niya daw aatakihin o babatikusin ang kaisa-isang alay nila, no? Kasi sabing parang gano'n, no? Kami na lang ang kaisa-isang kaalyado ninyo, babatikusin niyo pa kami, sabing gano'n ni J.D. Vance dito sa mga cabinet member ng Israel.
The only powerful ally that I have anywhere left in the entire world. And the second message I would give to some of those cabinet members, Bibi, to his credit, has not gone down this path.
Buti naman si Bibi hindi naman ganun.
But to some of these cabinet members in Israel who are attacking the President of the United States, the other thing that I would say is that over the last 3 months, 2/3 of the defensive weapons that have protected your homeland have been built by American hands and paid for by American tax dollars.
Medyo mabigat yun, no? Mabigat yun. Isa pa, para tumagos din sa mga dibdib nyo, mga tol, mga dibdib natin, no? Balikan natin yung sinabi ni J.D. Vance.
The President of the United States. The other thing that I would say is that over the last 3 months, 2/3 of the defensive weapons that have protected your homeland have been built by American hands and paid for by American tax dollars.
2/3 ng mga bagay na nagligtas sa inyong lupain ay ginawa ng Amerika at binayaran ng Amerika. So tama nga yung nakalagay dito sa title, you survive on US money and weapons.
The problem for Israel is not Donald J. Trump. And anybody in Israel who thinks their biggest problem is the President of the United States needs to wake up and smell the reality of the situation that country is in.
Doon pa lang, mga kapatid, syempre, dahil nga ang ginagawa natin is reaction and commentary. Nagbibigay ako ng reaction, nagbibigay ako ng commentary, pag-aanalisa. So mali yung sinabi ko kanina, no? Hindi si Bibi yung sinasabihan dito ni J.D. Vance. Ang sinasabihan niya is yung mga cabinet member na tila baga binabatikos o tinutuligsa ang pakikipagkasundo ng Amerika dito sa Iran. Sabi niya gano'n, huwag niyong kalilimutan na 2/3 ng mga weapons na nagligtas sa inyong homeland ay gawa ng Amerika at binayaran ng American taxes, tawag dito, taxpayer. Sabing gano'n. So gumising kayo sa katotohanan, sabing gano'n ni J.D. Vance dito sa mga tumutuligsa kay Trump.
To wake up and smell the reality of the situation that country is in. Look, the president's been very clear. He does not withdraw from Israel. No one could withdraw from another country the right of self-defense. Israel has the right to defend itself. But fundamentally, the Israelis, just like everybody else, have to respect this peace process that is fundamentally good for them and good for the entire region. What the president has grown frustrated sometimes is that we seem to be right on the cusp of a major breakthrough in the agreement, and then all of a sudden there's a major explosion that goes off in a civilian population center in Beirut, and a lot of people who have nothing to do with Hezbollah lose their lives. That's not acceptable. That's the sort of thing that we've asked for closer coordination so that we ensure it doesn't happen.
Oo nga naman, di ba? May punto rito si J.D. Vance, mga tol. Hindi naman nila pinipigilan ng Israel na ipagtanggol nila sarili nila. Karapatan ng Israel yun. Pero ang sinasabi lang dito, maghinay-hinay naman yung Israel sa mga pag-atake nila dito sa Beirut. Kasi nga mga tol, may mga civilian, may mga tao na wala namang kinalaman na nadadamay dahil nga dun sa walang pakundangang pag-atake ng Israel. Tulad nga no sinasabi natin mga tol na nakikita rin naman natin dito sa mga balita, di ba? For example, isang apartment building, di ba? Commercial building, syempre may mga tao dyan, may mga nagtatrabaho o sabihin na lang natin apartment building, residential area, may mga nakatira dyan. Wala silang kinalaman dun sa Hezbollah, nakatira sila dun pero once nalaman ng Israel na pumasok dun ang isang Hezbollah o member o general o top officials ng Hezbollah, pababagsakin nila yung buong building na yun without any warning. Kasi nga naman, pag nag-warning sila, sabihin nilang, umalis na yung mga civilian dyan para di kayo madamay. Malamang, aalis din, eskapo din yung target nila, di ba? So, ang ginagawa ng Israel, na-knockdown nila yung buong building na yun. No? Kaya ito yung sinasabi ni J.D. Vance na hindi rin naman marapat. No, kaya kailangan makipag-coordination sa kanila para hindi na daw maulit yung mga ganong klaseng mga bagay.
That's the sort of thing that we've asked for closer coordination so that we ensure it doesn't happen. And our message to the Israelis, just as our message to everybody else, is fundamentally, we want this peace process to be good for you.
At gusto nila itong peace process na to ay maging okay din para sa Israel. Kumbaga, hindi naman ito kasunduan lang din para sa Iran at saka sa US. Ang gusto din daw mangyari ng US is talagang as in totally matapos ang digmaan dito sa gitnang silangan. Ano ang inyong masasabi bilang mga Pilipino? Pwede kayong magbigay ng inyong sariling reaksyon, opinion, no? Hanggang sa muli mga tol. Peace out.